The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 30th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day with quite a mixed bag out there. Let's try to rip this apart. Dow's up 327 points with the S&P down 23 points. NASDAQ 100 is off 226 points. Russell's up 7. Transport's up 292. Semi's down 68. NASDAQ Composite up 223. New York Stock Exchange up 69. Quite the mixed bag. Gold is up $5. Silver's up 60 cents. Light sweet crude 18 pennies. Natural gas is up 7 cents out there. My charts right now are that I've got on the screen here are for the Dow Diamonds. We're going to start with the Dow Diamonds. There are new profiles that are attempting to form inside the equity future contract. Inside the Dow Diamonds, these profiles are solid. So you've got a new profile that's formed above the prior profile. That is a bullish signal from a profile standpoint, from a directional standpoint. We did get a TD9 count top that went ahead and completed yesterday. Yesterday's candle session and made a newer high, has volume of 9.9 million shares. We've traded for an hour and a half. 3.5 million shares. That basically says we are doing at least that type of volume. Don't know whether we'll keep up or not, but we're pushing into that swing point with volume. Now, the top of that swing point happens to be the top of the profile. The top of that is at 468.61. 468, no, that can't be. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. 480.39. Hello, Stevie. Wake up. Yeah, 480.39. So if we get a close above that, you'll negate the TD9 count top. You'll be trading above the top of that profile, and you can put the short-term correction off. You can just tick it off your calendar. And when you take a look at the weekly time frame chart, no topping pattern out there whatsoever. The same is true on the monthly. Now, that's the Dow Diamond. I'm going to stick with the ETFs right now because they're the ones with the most consistent profile levels. Let's take a look at the SPYs. Because in the ES Mini, that profile keeps shifting all day long. As we take a look at the SPYs here, this chart will populate momentarily. Come on. We should see a new profile here as well, and we do. This profile forming above the prior profile. Again, that is a bullish signal, profile-wise. Bottom of that profile is 679.14. You can see the SPYs completed a TD9 count top yesterday. They've accomplished at least their initial task, or maybe their primary task, which was testing support. Support is that green oscillator and change line. And it's been tested. That's at 681.60. Now, if price were to close below that, you still have profile support at 679.14. The top of that TD9 count top is 689.70. Now, the SPY is not rallying as much as the Dow is, but we're still trading inside yesterday's swing point. That had volume of 85 million shares. Again, an hour's worth of trading. We're at 22 million. We come back in about 20 minutes from now. Maybe we're going to be at about, 26 million or so. So that'd be about a 75 million share a day, let's say, versus 80. We're going to be similar-ish type volume. We're certainly not weak out here. The weekly time frame chart for the SPY, no top. Says it wants higher price. Monthly time frame says it wants higher price as well. 30-minute time frame chart pulls back, tests and rejects its TD9 count breakout level. That's a bullish signal at 682.12. A bullish signal for that time frame. Now let's take a look at the Qs out here. QQQ. Trading out at 630.87. It's off about less than about 3/4 of 1%. Let's wait for these charts here to populate. You can see the 30-minute chart had also pulled back after a TD9 count top, found support or is trying to find support at its breakout level at 630.55. On the daily time frame, still calculating. Now you can see its new profile. And this was true with the NQ earlier. Don't know if it's still the case. We'll turn over those charts, see if what profiles are still there. But here we take a look at the Qs. What you can see is the profile is below price. That's a really bullish message. You know, the other one's formed above price. That's a bullish message. When you form below price, that is a significant bullish message. Now, what price is not done inside the Qs is make its way back to its oscillator and change line, 624.91. So that is still out there. And if price got below that, price can still test the top of that new profile, 618.38. The weekly time frame, no top in sight. The monthly time frame, no top in sight. Again, any top that we do get, we do have TD9 counts that are still active out here. This is going to be short-term oriented. Short-term oriented. Let's go take a look at the IWM. At least that's the message of the daily, the weekly, and the monthly charts for sure. Anything can change. And when it changes, we get new information, well, then we'll come back and tell you something otherwise. But right now, that is the message of the markets. Let's finish off the IWM. The IWM for its weekly time frame, no topping pattern. For its daily time frame, a Rhodes momentum indicator top. This is strong like bull. It's calculating. I think, see if there's new profile. I don't recall there being a new profile here. No, there is not. So, but it's still above profile resistance up at the 240.33 level. So its signal is neutral, even though it's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Monthly time frame is taking on TD9 count breakdown resistance. Now, if we close tomorrow above 244.46, couple things will happen. Number one, we'll take out a TD9 count breakdown resistance, and it would be looks like the fourth time would be the charm up here. We would also take out the B point of an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. 244.46, that had volume of 711 million shares. This month we are up, and we're trading above that with 804 million shares. Okay, I want to make sure you hear what I'm about to say. If we close above 244.46, the IWM will confirm a monthly A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That's just the way it is. So that's what the index ETFs are showing us. Let's go switch over and take a look at what the equity future contracts are showing us. Again, we'll see what new profiles here. They have been changing throughout the day, with the exception of the Russell, which has never produced a new market profile overnight or today. Here, in the case of the ES Mini, it's gone at this moment in time. In the NQ, the profile is gone. In the Dow, the profile is gone. So all we're left to deal with here at this stage of the game are old profiles, oscillator and change lines, and the TD9 count tops. Each of those three have a TD9 count top. So in the case of the Dow equity future contract, in fact, we come back from this break, let's just move off of this for the Dow, because that's the one that is challenging its TD9 count top the most. Let's look at all four instruments that I use to track the Dow. Of course, we've already looked at the Dow Diamonds. This will at least give us the equal weighted ETFs, or maybe I'll find a different way to do that. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back. We're going to stick with the daily equity future contracts, and we'll go look at the equal weighted ETFs separately. So here on the ES Mini, it's already tested support. It's tested resistance out here. So we've gone the full route. A close above 69.52 doesn't have to be today. Negates the TD9 count top. We close below 68.69. We'll likely go test the top of that daily profile at 68.12. That is unless a new profile does form by day's end. In the case of the NQ, it needs a close above to negate its TD9 count top, but close above 26,379.75. It's more likely than not would go test support, which would be the oscillator and change line at 25,818. Oh, no. So the NQ does have that profile, like the Qs did, below price. So I know there's a lot of people probably want to short the heck out of the NASDAQ. For those of you that like these TAS market profiles, those of you who listen to the show enough, have paid attention to them, it says be careful out there. Not that price can't back up, but this is a bullish signal for the NQ. With regard to the Dow equity future contract, maybe it's going to be the first one to let us know. It just needs a few more points. It needs to close about 48,214. We're at 48,155. We're less than 100 points away from price close or trading above that high out there. If we close above that high, that's going to be a big signal to us. And the Russell 2000, it's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It's finding support at the top of its profile of 2049, but resistance right now is the is the oscillator and change line at 25.23. So that's what's going on from a daily standpoint. I'm going to just close those charts down, free up some space, and then move us over and take a look at the let's take a look at the intraday charts. Let's stick with the equity futures here for a moment. We've got the ES Mini up on our screen. What do we know about it? We know that 68.8125, the 60-minute TD9 count breakout level, has held as support. 69.03, the TD9 count breakout level for the 2-hour chart, has held as support. 68.7425. The TD9 count breakout over the 5-hour time frame has found support. Those are the levels that you are looking at today. When we take a look, the ES Mini now has a new profile that's back. I tell you, folks, they have been changing all day long. There's likely going to be a new profile that does form. Where's this one? This is the first time I've seen the ES Mini's profile below price. We just talked about the NQ and how that is a bullish signal. Now, to totally get bullish, you've got to close above the top of the, you got to negate the TD9 count pattern out there. But these are bullish signals. Watch those T knockout breakout levels for clues. Certainly watch 68.69. That's the ES Mini oscillator and change line. Let's go take a look at the Dow. Let's go see if there's any intraday tops out here that are suggesting prices are going to rally back towards yesterday's high or the top of that new profile. Let's see if that new profile is out here for the Dow Equity Future contract. Give me a moment here to get these charts here to populate. Yeah, you can see we're getting real close. I think it was 214 or something. We're at 48,165 right now. You can see how price has tested that oscillator and change line. No new profile showing up at the moment. The 5-hour chart is testing a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The same thing with regard to the 2-hour chart. The 4-hour chart. 2-hour chart does not have a topping pattern. 60-minute does not. 30-minute is actually taking out its TD knockout breaker level, 48,146. So the only topping signal that we see out here, there are two, the 10-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. Now, the 10-minute chart's pattern is already completed, and it was bar number 8, 48,158. We're trading at 48,179. If we close above 48,158 in the next 3 minutes, the 10-minute TD knockout top will be negated. That leaves us with the 15-minute chart, which is forming right now. The high is, let's not do it. Let's wait another 3 minutes, but that has a TD knockout top. Now, what should transpire is price should pull back to its oscillator and change line, 47,958, but a close above the TD knockout top for the 15-minute basis is saying that we are going to continue to rally. And what that's really signaling to you and I is we're going to go after yesterday's TD knockout top, and if we take that out, that's probably a pretty decent signal for what the other indices, equity future contracts will do as well. But we just got to take things one step at a time. If we take a look at that equal weighted, this is what I did during the break, was I pulled up the equal weighted ETFs. You can see the equal weights there on top. The regular ETFs are at the bottom. And in the case of, I'm just looking at the EDOW here, it's still populating the chart. So sorry about that. Let me see the volume yesterday for the for the EDOW. Now, let's look at his TD knockout top volume. So we're trading into a swing point. That was the October 28th swing point. Volume there, that equal weighted ETF is, what's going on here? 8,900 contracts. So far today, we've done 4,100 contracts. You are pushing into that, even on the equal weighted version of the Dow with volume. What does that say? That says you're going to go test that high, maybe take that high out. Now, in the case of the equal weighted ETF for the S&P 500, that's referred to as the RSP. It did complete a TD 9-count top. Prices pulled back. It closed below profile support yesterday. We're back above it right now. It, by the way, is 189.04. If we close above that, it says that yesterday's move was a false breakdown. If we close below that, it says I want to go target TD knockout breakout support at 186.43. No breakdown on the SPY, no breakdown on the Q, no breakdown on the Dow Diamonds, no breakdown on the EDOW, no breakdown maybe on the RSP, definitely no breakdown on the QQEW, which yesterday just simply closed just inside the top of that profile at 144.40. We're trading back above that today. The key level here on the QQEW is, can it get back above its green oscillator and change line? That number is 144.82. If it does, then more likely than not, it'll go target its TD 9-count top as well. So that's what's going on with the daily equity future contracts. That's what's going on intraday. That's what's going on with the index ETFs out there. We've covered some pretty decent ground. What's the last thing that we can do and take a look at? I suppose the last thing that we can do, since we got 2 minutes here, and then we can go, I don't have that many requests that are in the queue just yet, so we'll go to those, is to go take a look at the cash indices out here. Let's just get a feel for what's going on with the cash indices. So let's get those 8 charts up on our screen. We've already, talked about the Dow enough. The S&P 500, you can see it's held its green oscillator and change line. The NDX 100 hasn't even gotten back to that level yet. If you look at the semiconductor index, I caution you against going short, but do what you want out here. There is no short signal on the daily time frame, weekly time frame, or monthly time frame for the semiconductor index out there. Now, transports, which are having a nice rally, they are consolidating. You can see they've been consolidating since August as well. The NASDAQ Composite, which is going to go ahead and confirm a TD 9-count top today, likely should pull back to the 23,528 level. And on the New York Stock Exchange, it's got a TD9 count top. Unless it gets above 21,693, that's its green oscillator and change line, price is more likely to get down and test the 21,306 level. That's its breakout area. But if it gets above that green oscillator and change line, it will likely go at least test that level. So that's what's going on with regard to the cash indices. There's never been a major market top without the semiconductors also topping. Now, they don't have to do it at the same time, and that's certainly what the semiconductors are showing us. With right now, they need a bearish reversal again to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. They're in bar number 6 today, so it would be next week before it could potentially form a TD9 count topping pattern. We come back to this break. We're going to look at FXE, KWE, and EEM. Those are all for GTE. Microsoft for Mr. Bill, who wants to take a look at the potential of an island top for today on the daily time frame chart. Then we'll look at QBTS and WULF and any other requests that have come in. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts up for FXI. This is for GTE. We can see the FXI top with a wave number 7 signal. That's letter G. Also confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price pulled back all the way to its breakout level of 39.13. Looked like it was going to bust through there, which it did, but that was a one-hit wonder on October the 10th. Got back above it. We still remain above it. So GTE, your first key level of support is really going to be 39.13. Now, price is trading with inside, or it's testing right now the top of its daily profile. That's another level of support, and that's at the 40.18 level. If price closes below that, we likely head back to the buy zone between 39.15 and 39.49. Watch the top of that profile. You have a weekly TD9 count and Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price is basically not done much. I see 3 lower highs, quite frankly. So keep that in mind, but you've got a top there. Got a top on the daily, and on tomorrow you will complete a TD9 count top for the monthly. This really suggests that FXI should begin pulling back. It should target the 34.92 level over time. That is the top of its monthly profile. Let's go take a KWEB, also for GTE. These came in yesterday. I just simply didn't have the time to get through to them, to get them done. Based upon when my ISP sent over the email. But KWEB is just a consolidation right now with inside its daily profile. That's between a range of 38.59 to 41.08. On the weekly time frame, we have a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price trading above the top of its profile. And if price can remain above 40.08, the overall signal is more neutralized. You can see that the oscillator and change line is at 40.52. It would really get neutralized if price closed above that as well. On the monthly time frame, KWEB will confirm a TD9 count top tomorrow. It will complete that pattern next month. Let's go take a look at the emerging markets ETF, EEM. We get those up on our screen for us. EEM also GTE requested completed a TD9 count top yesterday for its daily time frame. Price right now is testing its green oscillator and change line. If it closes below the oscillator and change line, let me give you that number. That number specifically is 55.59. If we close below 55.59, it would increase the odds of a move back towards 54.71, 54.07, or 53.80. It's likely at this stage here to just be a short-term retracement. That retracement could be 4 days out there. Do not pay attention to the bottom of my left-hand screen. That's showing Oracle. This would only be day number 1 to the downside. So typically a 2 to 4 day bar correction would make a lot of sense, because the weekly says I want higher price and the monthly says I want higher price. Now the monthly is going to go ahead and complete a TD9. It's going to confirm bar number 8 of a TD9 count pattern tomorrow. But that says that the high could come between this month and then really the next 2 months out there. So by the end of the year. So that's what I see when I take a look at EEM. Hope that helped you out with all 3 of those. Let's go take a look at Island Top that Mr. Bill is taking a look at, that he's alerted us to. So we take a look at Microsoft. We can see Microsoft was traded in an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. We can also see that today was a gap to the downside. That gap to the downside confirms a sell the D point pattern. Price is trading below its green oscillator and change line, and as long as it remains below 527 and change, right now it's 88, it increased the odds of a further move lower. Now, price is testing the top of that profile, 524.39. If we close below 524.39, we should see price move down to the next profile level, and that would be at the 517.74 area. The question is, was this an island top that confirmed a sell the D point pattern? And the answer to that question has to be yes. It doesn't have to be, but it is yes. However, what I caution against on these type of the best island tops out there, Mr. Bill, are the ones when they are totally at all-time highs or totally at all-time lows out there. Those are usually the best ones. Here we can see this is an island top, but it's also was going into a swing point back here from July 31st. So is this the type of island top that's going to take us to substantially lower prices for a long, long time? Well, let's look at the weekly and the monthly charts and try to analyze those. In the case of the weekly time frame chart, we don't have any kind of topping signal. There's no A to B equals CD pattern that you could draw. All we're doing is testing a swing point, or we're trading into a swing point for the week of August 1st, 137 million shares that week. We're not halfway, well, we are halfway through the week, and we're at 102 million shares. On a daily basis, what does Microsoft do? Yesterday was 36. The day before was 29. So you got about 50 more million shares to add to the maybe more than 50, maybe 60, maybe gives about 162 million or so going into 137. You're pushing a swing point with volume, and it's camped out right underneath it. It hasn't actually tested that. One of the things Tom says is that's a dangerous thing. So yeah, in the daily time frame, Mr. Bill, I'm with you. You got a confirmed island top and a confirmed sell, the D point pattern, and it is suggesting lower price depending upon where it closes today. If it closes back above the top of its profile, you almost have to give it a neutral signal. Now you don't almost have to, you do, especially knowing what we know about the week. Well, how about the month? Is a month pushing into a monthly swing point with volume? Let's go check it out. We're talking about July of 2025. 396 million shares that month. This month we're at 411, and we have not tested that high, and we're going to close inside that swing point. What, Mr. Bill, what does that say to you? See, but this is telling me it's like we get the same message no matter what kind of charts we take a look at. Yeah, the daily's got a top, and we should see some kind of retracement, but the weekly, not so much. The monthly, not so much. In fact, for Microsoft, both those are suggesting that they at least get up to those highs out there, and so we should see a further rally. By the way, in the monthly time frame chart, there is a profile that formed last month. Resistance at 534.38, support at 471.19. Let's go take a hope. So, Mr. Bill, I hope I did a good enough job for you on explaining Microsoft and going through really all those charts in a little bit of detail. Let's look at QBTS. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. QBTS. Great. Glad that gave you the information. QBTS is still trading inside its profile, daily profile. It is 33.92 up to 42.27. It does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, or its daily time frame. Weekly, Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, in the case of the weekly time frame, it's neutral. So the intermediate term time signal, even though it's got that top, tested and rejected its green oscillator and change line, trading above the top of its profile. Neutral. Take a look at the monthly time frame chart. Do you think QBTS has any interest in topping? I don't think so. So the monthly chart looks good. The weekly right now is neutral. The daily chart is consolidating with inside its daily profile. Now it's just a normal daily profile. In other words, not bullish, not bearish. In fact, what it is, it has 33.92 as both the center and the bottom of that profile. So if it can get back above the key level here, Doug, it's pretty easy. I should just get shot right to it. The key level here is 36.60, the oscillator and change line. Now remember, as price goes up and down, that's going to move up and down a bit too. But if you close above that, you're likely headed back to the 42.47 level. You also had some interest in ticker symbol WULF. That is the wolf out there. I like, by the way, Grayson Clothiers. Feel like they've got some of the coolest golf shirts. I think I told you I ran across their store in Detroit, in downtown Detroit of all places. Cool golf stuff. Anyways, we get back from this break. We'll take a look at WULF. We'll look at the gold contract, UHG, Bitcoin, CIFR, and MP at a minimum. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to take a look at ticker symbol WULF. We're going to do that momentarily here. Let me get that up on the screen. There we go. WLF. All right, so we've got this right now. Yesterday confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. You can see that bear sash candle. We had the Rhodes momentum indicator signal that was present. Now, price had closed above the top of a bearish structured profile for 2 consecutive days, yesterday being day number 2. If Wolf, with that Rhodes momentum indicator top, is going to signal that this move lower will be something other than a counter trend move, we must see a close below 1398. The low of the day so far is going to be close. The low was at 1401, and we're trading back above that profile, and price is trying to take on that green oscillating change line. Steve-O. A close today above 1488 neutralizes the daily signal. It's still a signal that's out there, okay? Still a topping pattern, but it's neutralized. We take a look at the weekly time frame. What do we have out here? A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, but that needs a lower high. That means you couldn't get that till next Friday. You've got a TD9 count top, though. That we don't have to worry about. So TD9 count top is in place. That's a neutral signal. We're trading above profile resistance and its green oscillating change line. That pattern would be negated with a weekly close above 1551. Monthly time frame is all out bullish. So it's really just it's dealing with the daily. Wait for the daily and the weekly. Well, the weekly got its job done, tested and rejected its green oscillating change line. Daily may have gotten its job done by testing, rejecting the top of that profile at 1442, and maybe the oscillator change line as well. So Wolf, not looking too bad, quite frankly, but keep an eye on it, and keep an eye on that 1398 level. Hopefully you don't see that 1398 level. Let's take a look at the next request, which is well, it's a good question. I think it was the gold contract. So, yeah, I think I just erased something accidentally, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the gold contract. I think, Dan, you asked for the gold contract and for its multi-time frame. So let's go take a gold, see what this is doing out here. We've gold trade out at 40.18. What's that mean to us? Number one, it's back inside the daily profile. That would be a short-term bullish indicator. If we close above that, which I believe is, 4,490. 4,490. If we close above that, could be signaling to us a move to 4158-ish. 5-hour time frame. Nice TD9 count bottom. Looks like it's setting up more of a consolidation pattern. Same thing on the 4-hour time frame chart. The 2-hour chart had a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. TD9 count top out there. That TD9 count top would be negated, Dan, with a close above 40.4270. Price would probably have to close above 40.4620, the top of that profile, to really get some action to the upside. The 60-minute time frame chart, TD9 count top. Price trading with inside its profile profile. It's got resistance at 40.2650, and above that, TD knockout breakdown resistance at 40.3890. The 30-minute chart probably here is worth keeping an eye on because price is taking on its TD knockout breakdown resistance level. That's at 40.2170. As that was unfolding, we had a Rhodes momentum indicator top form on the 15-minute time frame chart out there. So if price can close above 40.2170 out there, we are likely headed higher with Goldilocks. So I hope that gave the info that you were looking for. Brent wants to take a look at UNH out there. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anything. Nope, that was Wolf. Okay. So UNH, I had accidentally deleted a few things, and I know it would have been a way to get them back, but this works. So Brent is looking at UHG. Let me see here. Brent. This one is interested. Okay, so take a look at UHG. What a ginormous gap to the downside. Wow. That took place back here on the trading day of October 20th. Brent, you are exactly correct in that you're going to get a TD9 count bottom pattern today, so long as price closes below, and it looks like it will do that, closes below $1.76. We're at $1.64 right now. What should then unfold, so you got a TD9 count bottom, and the risk reward, it probably makes sense to take this trade. The first target is going to be the bottom of that daily profile. That's at 201. Now, as you see only two lines out there, 201 is the bottom and the center. And that profile formed above price. So I would say you've got to close above 201. The 201 is where a counter trend rally would take us to, where it would find resistance. If you can close above that, that would be a nice bullish outcome. The weekly time frame chart is testing. It's testing this swing point from back on the trading session of May 9th. The volume there, 3.7 million shares. The low was 160. This week we've got down to a low of 160, 1.5 million shares. So 1.5 going against 3.7. We are more than halfway through the week, so you're testing that with lighter volume, so that's a positive. And on the monthly time frame chart, you just monthly time frame, I don't really have a ton of information other than this. Price is trading below its bullish structured monthly profile. So you'd love to see this by tomorrow, which I don't think is likely. More unlikely to close back above 213. So your caution is coming from your monthly and your weekly charts out there, Brent. And even if it closes below the low of this swing point from back on May 9th, and it does with lighter volume, that means it closed below 160. We're at 164 right now. I would have to say, yeah, probably no bottom in sight. So better to take a look at this tomorrow because you're going to, really, tomorrow's Friday, tomorrow evening, because you'll then have the weekly volume, you'll have the monthly volume, and we'll just go from there. The next request coming in is to take a look at Bitcoin out here. We're looking at the December contract for Bitcoin. Give me a moment. We'll be up to its set of charts out here. Trading lower this morning, but let's go see what it's trading into. Monthly chart, not a ton of assistance for us because we're looking at the December futures contract. But what there is assistance is on that weekly time frame. And the weekly time frame shows that Bitcoin formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top back on August 15. And what's really transpired since then is price trading with inside the range. The range being the high from that session. So it's a consolidation. The high of that session, again, is, if I didn't say it, was 1198.45, so 119. Out there. And the bottom is basically its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Old resistance becoming new support. 106.385. Now, if price closes below 106.385, that probably tells us we're headed lower. There is a monthly profile. See it now. Monthly profile, if Bitcoin gets the schnot kicked out of it, it'll head to its buy zone. Its buy zone is between 83,364 and 88,990. We don't have a signal that that's going to take place, but you close below 106,385. Not that that would be the signal, but that'd be the signal, okay, something is going on other than a consolidation. Now, on the daily time frame out here, the daily time frame shows that price is trading with inside its profile. It has support at 107.567. Futures-wise, contract-wise, there was about, now we're not going to look at that. I don't think I've got the right volume there. So that's what's going on. We take a look at Bitcoin. You also want to look at CIFR. So let's go take a look at CIFR, see what it is doing out here. That is trading out at CIFR. Trading out at 1916, trading with inside a brand new daily profile, has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. That profile is between 1778 at support, 2121 at resistance. It's got a weekly TD9 count top. That's going to go ahead and complete this week. Price ought to pull back towards the 1469 level. Monthly time frame says I've got no idea what you guys are talking about other than the fact it is in wave number 7. That's letter G. So it looks to me like just watch the consolidation. Now, this profile that formed, brand new profile today, is within the prior profile. Tells you about a consolidating market for CIFR. That's what I see there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll look at MP, Flex, and RGTI to close out the show.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.